Gazans call for Hamas overthrow. Flee through IDF humanitarian corridor.
Here's a summary of the article.
The IDF has established a humanitarian corridor in recent days for Palestinian residents of western Khan Yunis to move from combat areas to the town of Al-Mawasi in southwestern Gaza. IDF Arabic spokesperson Avichai Ardeye announced on Saturday. Ardeye said that Gazan residents would be safe in Al-Mawasi and that the corridor has been opened to evacuate civilians every day so that the IDF can focus on fighting the Hamas terrorist organization and deepening its incursion into Khan Yunis without the risk of civilians being injured in the process. Ardeye also quoted a number of Gazan civilians passing through the corridor, who informed IDF soldiers that Hamas was preventing them from leaving combat areas, using threats and violence. The systematic use of hospitals across Gaza by Hamas has been documented, including Hamas shooting a rocket from within the hospital. The IDF liaised with the hospital directors and staff to ensure that the hospitals can remain operational and accessible. The IDF communicated that there is no obligation to evacuate the hospitals, but stated that Gazans who wish to move from the Nasser and Al-Amal hospitals, as many have chosen to do, can pass through the corridor on the Al-Bahar Street, located on the western side of the hospitals. The IDF has been communicating this information in Arabic via media channels. The Hamas police also cooperate with merchants and create a monopoly, so goods can be sold at a much higher price than the original price. The merchants receive the goods in cooperation with Hamas or through the Kerem Shalom crossing, where Hamas collects astronomical taxes, he continued. 21 IDF soldiers killed as Hamas causes Gaza buildings to collapse.
This post received a score of 7,700, with an upvote ratio of 84%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The sooner Hamas is gone, the better off everyone is. Glad more and more people are waking up to that. Maybe it won't be completely eradicated, but its days as a serious organization seem numbered at this point. I hope peace can be achieved moving forward.
Hamas needs to go. Free Gaza from Hamas.
This is what I've been saying. People are too dense to realize that Hamas and Palestinians are two different entities. I'm absolutely horrified by the numbers killed in this conflict, but Israel cannot defend innocent civilians when Hamas is willing to use them as human shields. I pray the people of Gaza and Israel find peace in the future. The world is just too blind to see this.
People know this. Obviously we should just get rid of Hamas from Gaza. But wait a second, how TF do you do that?
Palestinians need their own government that actually wants peace. I honestly have little hope for the region due to all the religious extremism and trauma. The odds of anything other than another authoritarian state are pretty low.
Not a chance they would be able to form a strong government to resist corruption and radicalism. They would hardly have an economy. A poor government with such a high amount of children wouldn't survive in the region and would just get back to here.
Yay, that is the sad truth. The whole region is just a humanitarian nightmare that nobody wants to deal with.
Turns out 76 years of terrorizing your neighbors and trying to overthrow the governments of countries that take in your refugees doesn't endear you to the world. You know you have done fucked up when even the country that used to own your land doesn't want it back.
This doesn't look like a whole lot of people, sadly. Maybe a few dozen. I hope this kind of sentiment against Hamas spreads quickly.
The article says that Hamas is supposedly preventing civilians from leaving, so that could be a major factor. Plus they've stated tens of thousands of people have already gone through the corridor.
Hamas has literally been killing people trying to speak out or leave since. Ever. Definitely since 10/7.
Hamas has been the sacrifice lamb of Iran and Hezbollah. They don't care about Hamas. The only purpose of inciting Hamas to the October suicide attacks was to derail the India greater than Saudi, Israel, Europe trading route plans.
That's because Hamas historically nor today doesn't really align with Iran or even Hezbollah. Absent the Israeli presence, those groups would be fighting amongst themselves.
They are Sunni, right? Ultimately that's a fatal flaw.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.